I really wanted to touch one important to me topic, which is identity. Because I really often find myself in really I really often find myself in a situation where I don't know what to respond to a question. Where are you coming from? Um, because I was born in Russia and I lived 4 years there, and then we moved to Ukraine, and so I lived there for 8 years. So I went to preschool, I made friends, I absorbed all the culture, everything I could. And when I was 12, my parents moved to Spain, and of course I did move to Spain, and so I lived there for 17 years. So I went to school there, I went to university, I made friends, absorbed all the cultural difference, all the cultural baggage of things. I visited cities, I experienced a lot, and now I'm living in Sweden, and so that's why I'm bringing this up, because I literally don't know what to say to this question when someone asks me, where are you coming from? Then I begin to stress a bit. I feel stressed, like, yeah, I was born in Russia, but I lived in Ukraine for several years, and then I moved to Spain, so I'm half-half. That's what I say, but to me, it's such a overwhelming feeling. It's not bad, but it's like, who the hell am I? Like, what is my true identity? Who am I? Like, what is the culture that is closer to me? And some people sometimes say, well, what to know that, like, what is the language that you dream with? Like, is it Spanish? What is the language that you think with? Like, and so I start thinking and questioning this kind of question, and so I really often find myself thinking in Spanish, but it depends of the context and who am I talking to, or what am I thinking about, and what are this thoughts, what is the context of those thoughts. Is it located in Spain? Was it related to Spain, to Ukraine, to Russia? No, Russia not even close, because I barely remember anything about Russia. Like, I don't remember anything at all. So, yeah, I have the privilege to understand and to have 5 languages that are on a native level, Ukrainian, Russian, Catalan, Spanish, and English, and which is amazing. It's so amazing to understand the Slavic culture, Spanish culture, but I don't know who would I say am I? Like, I am probably closer to Spain, of course, because I grew up there, and I went to school there, I got educated there, but sometimes I don't feel fully related to a Spaniard. I cannot say 100% that I'm Spanish, but neither can I say that I am Ukrainian. I just understand these cultures, and so I decided to not to stress anymore about it. Like, my background sucks. I decided not to stress anymore about it, and just embrace it. Just take the best of it. Just absorb those cultures, those languages, that experience. And just normally when someone asks me where are you coming from, I just say as it is. I was born in Russia and I lived here and there, and so I'm half Spanish and half Slavic or something. That's the best way to define myself, because otherwise I don't know what to say. I don't really know where do I belong? That's something that I always thought like. And now living in Sweden, I don't know how long am I gonna live here, since I'm building my life here. My boyfriend is from here. I don't know how long am I gonna live here. I don't know how much am I gonna absorb from this culture, but what I can say for sure is that I'm not gonna become Swedish, and I don't pretend to be Swedish when I have such a huge experience and bagage of so much. I just want to take the best from every culture and every country and just be a full package of, I don't know, experiences. But this is really mind-blowing, and it's really overwhelming sometimes to feel like you're in the middle, somewhere in the middle, somewhere in between countries, that you understand that and this and everyone, and that you recognize languages out there, and you feel like this is so familiar, this is so amazing to be there out in the world and hear Spanish and feel, oh, that feels so home, you know, I understand that language. I feel so much closeness when I hear Spanish language, when I hear Spanish, European Spanish, or when I hear Colombian or Mexican. It's so amazing because I still understand, it's still the same language. It's so nice. It's just so, it feels like I want to hug that people and say, yeah, you guys, I do understand your culture and I do understand you. It's so amazing. And same happens with Ukrainian when I recognize the language out there. It's just so nice. But if I really if I think deeply and really question that, I would say that Spanish is still the culture that is closer to me than any other, even though I really love and appreciate what I learned from Ukrainian culture, from my grandparents, all the cultural thing, all the traditions, even a religion. I am not religious. My grandparents are Orthodox, I would say. Oh my goodness. But I am not, even though I really, really respect it. So yeah, I don't know. This is not a loss of identity. This is probably, oh my god, my hair sucks. This is probably just a multicultural thing, which I will happily embrace, and I don't want to stress anymore about who I am, where I'm coming from, because I have this different backgrounds, and it's amazing. It's a treasure. It's something really valuable that can be just lived and experienced and not learned somewhere out there like it was, you know, some kind of degree or oof, this is University of Life. So yeah, that is something I wanted to bring up, and my conclusion to this is that I'm just gonna embrace it. I'm gonna enjoy this, and yeah, and be fully happy. And I wonder if you guys, if you have experienced the same thing, do you find yourself questioning yourself or questioning what is the culture that really defines you, your values, the way you are? If you're culturally from somewhere else, living in some other countries that is not your country, how do you feel about it? Like, have you fully adapted? Have you fully embraced everything that is surrounded, or everything that surrounds you? Or do you feel that you're just out of that place, that you just don't belong? I, for example, think that I would feel that I don't belong in Russia, for example, even though I understand the language, and I definitely think it's not enough. And so I'm not really sure if I would feel comfortable in Ukraine. I remember living there for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and it was like overwhelming. But of course, it's not the same thing to live in a city or a big city than to be living in some kind of countryside village where my grandparents live, for example. So yeah, that is something I wanted to talk about in this video and just vocalize it, just express it out there, because this is something that really used to stress me, used to like make me feel overwhelmed, like I'm nothing, like I'm a piece of nothing, like I just don't know where do I belong, like I'm just, you know, someone lost. But it's not this way, I think. So yeah, but leave me your comments down below and let's talk about this identity topic. I would really appreciate if you share your thoughts about it with me. But now I'm gonna continue with my disgusting people. See you guys in the next video. Bye!